Here's another incredible story. A radio personality in Cleveland is facing a huge backlash after telling a father that he should get one of his male friends to rape his daughter to force her to turn straight. Can you imagine anything more disgusting? This is up on par with beating your child straight.
Right.
His name's DJ Dominic Deiter, who declared on the air that you should get one of your friends to screw your daughter straight. That's exactly how it was said. Apparently, he told the father this, that the father had called in saying he thought maybe his daughter was into other women, and he said that the father should arrange for his daughter to be raped repeatedly until magically she turns straight. Of course, GLAAD received multiple reports about this, which was said during Rover's Morning Glory radio program, which airs on WWMS on Clear Channel Communications. Now, of course, Clear Channel includes radio shows hosted by Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, a lot of other right-wing shows. Clear Channel is also owned primarily by Bain Capital, Lewis, the company that Mitt Romney began and is still involved with. Corrective rape is actually something that it's established. It's an established hate crime. This is not new for people who think this is one crazy guy. Nobody's ever thought of this before.
Right. Continue.
No. Of course, corrective rape, a person is raped because of their perceived or actual sexual or gender orientation, and the common intended consequence of the rape would be, at least as seen by the perpetrator, to correct the victim's orientation, to make them act more like their gender. Of course, we know that this doesn't work. I get tons of emails, though, from people. We did the story last week about Ken Hutcherson saying you can beat the gay out of your kid, and people email me saying this is liberal propaganda trying to make people think this is an issue when it really isn't. Well, Kyle Neiman sent me a link to information about Ronnie Paris. Have you heard about the story?
No.
Ronnie Paris was a 3-year-old boy who lived with his parents in Tampa, Florida. He died in 2005 due to brain injuries that he sustained stemming from severe abuse at the hands of his father, who thought that the child was going to turn out to be gay. He forced the boy to box with him in an effort to keep him from growing up soft or becoming a sissy. And the boy ended up dying as a result of the beating he took from his father. So for people who say this is made-up liberal propaganda that's not even worth discussing, Ronnie Paris, case in point, proves that that's not the case.
Can you imagine the paranoia? A 3-year-old. How can you possibly make any determination as to the sexual orientation of a 3-year-old?
Let's assume you could. Let's assume you could, because some people say that they knew when they were that young that they were different, that they were gay, lesbian, whatever. Let's assume you could. What is wrong with these parents? I mean, what is wrong with these parents? And back in July of 2005, after 3 hours of deliberation, the jury convicted Ronnie Paris Sr. of second-degree manslaughter and aggravated child abuse in the death of his son. Now 30 years imprisonment, Lewis. Do you think that that's a legitimate punishment?
No.
Too light or too heavy?
Way too light.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
You know, that's one of these things where, this may come up in the Zimmerman case also, Natan, where you can really cast doubt as to the intent to cause death. People will often end up with far lighter sentences than might appear warranted in conventional wisdom.
Yeah, I mean, am I shocked it's this low? No.
You just think
I
it's too
think
low.
in a lot of cases it would be a lot less, but I mean, I feel that it should be a lot more.
What do you think, Natan?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I have nothing to add, really.
Nashira Paris was later sentenced to 5 years probation for culpable negligence in the death of her son. She was the mother of Ronnie Paris. So very, very disturbing story. And when we hear about Dominic Deiter talking on WWMS about a father raping away the gay, this needs to be stopped. This goes beyond freedom of speech.
Even if this guy was joking, there is going to be some moron out there who hears this and thinks that's a good idea.
That somebody who thinks it could even work?
Right.
Forget about it being a good idea.